I like to widen my vocals just a little bit on this song because I think it'll help it sit in the mix better. Rap vocals, things like that, I probably wouldn't widen them. We've got an incredible amount of different techniques to do that. It's better to commit and fix it later than to keep trying and drive yourself crazy A-Bing. We're mixing, we're not trying to beta test plugins. Look at that, 5 exclamation points. Best delay ever by Dave Pensado. You got to be careful with this one because this BBD adds a lot of ocean noise. So you got to really be careful with it.
You think you're slipping every time, but keep on leaving. Jaycen's like a snake. You think you're slipping every time, but keep on leaving. Jaycen's like a snake. You think you're slipping every time, but keep on leaving. Jaycen's like a snake. You think you're slipping every time, but keep on leaving. Jaycen's like a snake. You think you're slipping every time, but
sometimes what I do is on some plugins I make sure I got left and right information. Okay, that sounds like it's broken, which I like.
leaving. Jaycen's like a snake. You think you're slipping every time, but keep on leaving.
Okay, this might surprise you a little tiny bit. You always need a little bit of deverb in whatever you do because it's deverb. So, while you guys weren't looking, I got a couple things going here.
You think you're slipping every time, but keep.
I'm gonna mute this for a moment.
You think you're slipping every time, but keep on leaving. Jaycen's like a snake. You think you're slipping every time, but keep on leaving. Jaycen's like a snake. You think you're slipping every time, but keep on leaving. Jaycen's like a snake. You think you're slipping every time, but keep on leaving. Jaycen's like a snake. You think you're slipping every time, but keep on leaving. Jaycen's like a snake.
This is one of my favorite reverbs of all time. Unfortunately, it can be expensive unless you buy it through Isotope.
You think you're slipping every time, but keep on leaving.
This tail suppression is where all the money is.
You think you're slipping every time.
We're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plugins that give us a stereo image, right? So now let's picture our vocalist right here in the middle. We widen it with this one. We widen it with this one. All of a sudden, she's not in your face. She's just spread too wide.
You think you're slipping every time, but keep on. You think you're slipping every time, but keep on.
We got 5 different things making our vocal wider. So anybody want to take a guess what we use to bring back the middle and control the amount of middle information we have? I'll give you a hint. It begins with the letter J. That's a smart group. So this is what I got.
You think you're slipping every time.
Yeah, the middle's kind of fuzzy.
You think you're slipping every time, but keep on. You think you're slipping every time, but keep on.
Woo!
You think you're slipping every time.
Well, get excited, motherfuckers. This is great.
You're slipping every time, but keep on. You think you're slipping every time, but keep on.
I think right in here.
Every time, but keep on.
Now watch it. When it's gone.
Every time, but keep on. You think you're slipping every time, but keep on. You think you're slipping every time, but keep on.
And what I do, I always run it on preak because if I turn my vocal up, I change the whole dynamic.
You think you're slipping every time, but keep on. You think you're slipping.